You're listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hello and welcome to The Cultured Bumpkin. Last week I was in upstate New York. I was at Lamplighter Ministries in their beautiful recording studio, which is inside of an old church building, which is now their bookbindery and like warehouse. And then they have a studio in it's, I guess the recording booth is underneath of the old pipe organ. So they took the pipe organ out, and then now there's this big space under there. And that's where the sound-treated space is with all the microphones. Sorry, my chair is creaking. I need to tighten up the screws. And then the director and the sound designer, they sit out through the window, and then that's where you record. So it was a lot of fun. Saw some old friends, made some new ones, and it was just a great, great time. Outside of the church building, they had these big lilac bushes, or I don't know, trees, whatever you want to call them. I couldn't. They were to me bigger than a bush, smaller than a tree. So I don't know what to call them. But it reminded me. They smelled amazing, and they were beautiful. And it reminded me of this Walt Whitman piece called "When Lilacs Last and the Dooryard Bloomed," and it's about the kind of the funeral of Abraham Lincoln. And it's really beautiful. So it sort of takes place after the death of Lincoln and during the time of mourning in the North and stuff like that. And, of course, the poem, "O Captain, My Captain," that comes from that. That's about the assassination of Lincoln. But this is also, so this is sort of about the funeral procession and that kind of thing. But just listen to that. It's beautiful in that way. And it goes like this. When lilacs last and the dooryard bloomed. When lilacs last and the dooryard bloomed, and the great star early drooped in the western sky in the night, I mourned, and yet shall mourn with ever-returning spring. Ever-returning spring. Trinity, sure to me you bring, lilac blooming perennial and drooping star in the west, and thought of him I love. O powerful western fallen star, O shades of night, O moody tearful night, O great star disappeared, O the black murk that hides the star, O cruel hands that hold me powerless, O helpless soul of me, O harsh surrounding cloud that will not free my soul. In the dooryard fronting an old farmhouse near the whitewashed palings stands the lilac bush, tall growing with heart-shaped leaves of rich green, with many a pointed blossom rising delicate, with the perfume strong I love. With every leaf a miracle, and from this bush in the dooryard with delicate colored blossoms and heart-shaped leaves of rich green, a sprig with its flower I break. In the swamp, in secluded recesses, a shy and hidden bird is warbling a song. Solitary the thrush, the hermit withdrawn to himself, avoiding the settlements, sings by himself a song. Song of the bleeding throat, death's outlet, song of life. For well, dear brother, I know, if thou wast not granted to sing, thou wouldst surely die. Over the breast of the spring, the land amid cities, amid lanes and through old woods, where lately the violets peeped from the ground, spotting the gray debris, amid the grass in the fields, each side of the lanes, passing the endless grass, passing the yellow-speared wheat, every grain from its shroud in the dark brown fields uprisen, passing the apple tree blows of white and pink in the orchards, carrying a corpse to just where it shall rest in the grave. Night and day journeys a coffin that passes through lanes and streets, through day and night, with the great cloud darkening the land, with the pomp of the in-looped flags, with the cities draped in black, with the show of the states themselves as of crape-veiled women standing, with processions long and winding, and the flambeaux of the night, with the countless torches lit, with the silent sea of faces and the unbared heads, with the waiting depot, the arriving coffin, and the somber faces, with dirges through the night, with 1,000 voices rising strong and solemn, with all the mournful voices of the dirges poured around the coffin, the dim-lit churches and the shuddering organs, where amid these you journey, with the tolling, tolling bells' perpetual clang. Here, coffin that slowly passes, I give you my sprig of lilac. So that is from When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed by Walt Whitman, who was just a great poet. I hope you enjoyed that. I really like this. It's a book that I have. It's from Vintage Classics, and it says Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass in cursive on the front. And it's just a really nice copy. And if you don't have a copy, I'm going to put a link, an affiliate link, in the thing down below, and you should get it if you don't have it. It's a real American classic, and this is the one that was published like in around 1890, around the time of his death in 1892. This one came out, so it's like the full edition. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.